The alley-oop!
I
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Marcus Pavilion in Lacey, Washington for NCAA Division II women's basketball. My name's Scott Gladstone. We got a great game coming up for you tonight. It's the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves and the St. Martin Saints. This is the penultimate home game for the Saints this season. Senior Day will be celebrated on Saturday, but until then, the Saints and the Seawolves are set to battle. We're going to step aside very shortly for the starting lineups and the national anthem. Just want to thank you once again for tuning in. Anchorage comes in with a record of 15-8. The Saints are 5-16. Alaska Anchorage eyeing up a trip once again to the GNAC Conference Tournament in Ellensburg in just a few weeks. The Saints are hanging on to a thin chance to make that tournament. Again, we'll turn it down courtside now for the starting lineups and the national anthem. We'll be right back.
Versus our hometown Saints, who are currently riding at 5-16 and 3-11 in conference play. Before we meet the players, this time, if you please rise if you're able and join Mr. James Doyle and the St. Martin Pep Band in the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Gladstone here with you. Let's go one more time over the starting lineups brought to you by Forelli's Pizza. It is Senya Rabuin to lead off the Sea Wolves, as well as Jasper Evans, Vishay Rab, Jasa Gamble, and Elena Mack. That's the starting five for the Sea Wolves. Starting five for St. Martin's: Keely Jade Smith, Angel Galbraith, Madeline Brown, Sarah Lamette, and Kiana Rios. The five have taken to the floor here for both sides. Going in black from right to left on your screen, it's Alaska Anchorage. In white, it is the St. Martin Saints. They'll be going from left to right on your screen here in the first half. Tip between Lamette and, is that Kate Robertson in there? I guess that's Kate Robertson in there, which I did not have her down as a starter. Apparently there's some sort of change that was made, so Robertson will start. As the ball is lost out of bounds, it stays with the Saints. So it looks like no Jason Gamble out there. Three-pointer on the way is Angel Galbraith. Saints take a 3-0 lead. 9-5 in GNAC play are the Seawolves. The Saints come in with a 3-11 conference record. Traveling called, Saints ball. Saints are coming off of 4 straight losses, 2 at home to Seattle Pacific and Montana State Billings. Both of those games were games they could have easily won, and then they lost by parallel scores, 85-63. The exact same score 2 days in a row, as Senya Rabuin was all up in the bootstraps of Angel Galbraith. No foul called. Now it's Keely Jade Smith with it, throws it up and over the head of Sarah Lamette. Seawolves with it, attacking, shooting over Lamette. Might have taken a block. Maybe it didn't. As 14 Robertson went for it there. Now Keely Jade Smith to the bucket, missed it. Offensive rebound putback is missed by Sarah Lamette. Now coming the other way, it's Rabuin leading the charge. She'll stop it, pop it, and Rab for 3. Foul called there on Rabuin. A lot of transfers on this Seawolves squad, as we got Walsh, Rabuin, Ross, Alexander, Gamble, Hollingshead, and Pearson, are all transfers. And those are all just first-year transfers, I believe.
We have a monster review over a play that occurred underneath the basket for
I believe we're going to review something here. Don't know exactly what we're reviewing. Ryan McCarthy is laying into his team for something right now. Trying to figure out what we're reviewing here. And that would be the start of unfurling this mystery. I'll tell you what I know when we come back on the other side of this quick break on the Saints Digital Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we're just coming to the conclusion of this review. Basically, we look back on it on the stream, which you can do too. You can, press the rewind button or whatever you want to do to go back and look back at it. And what you'll see is after that basket was made, when the ball was being pushed up on the far side of the court, is you'll see that Kiana Rios comes kind of awkwardly stumbling into the side of the camera angle. I'm guessing they're looking back at that to see if she was pushed in the back in a flagrant foul type way. Apparently somebody might have seen at least enough to think, hey, maybe this was an extracurricular type of movement. They're still talking about it, which makes me think that there's a very good chance that they might ding the Seawolves for an early flagrant foul. I pretty distinctively remember hearing head coach Ryan McCarthy say to somebody on his team, "What are you doing?" when they were coming off the court, and that was before he laid into them even more. It's whatever happened, it is still being talked about right now. It is most likely a flagrant foul on a Seawolf against Kiana Rios, if that's what they're going to go with. Now I'm getting to read the body language of Natalie Marlowe there. Marlowe just, I ain't no mime expert, but she just put two hands in front of herself and pushed forward. And that would infer that she was thinking that there was a two-handed push in the back of her player. Now a shake of the head. And it took us a good 5+ minutes to figure out that nothing happened. Just a common foul on Rab, I believe. Right after Rab hit a three-pointer. We're 3-3 in this first quarter that's moving with lightning pace thus far. Kiana Rios. Now working around, Angel Galbraith hits off front of the rim, and it's out off of Madeline Brown, last touched. Alaska Anchorage. I don't know if you'd guess this. I was going to say as you might guess, but I don't know if you'd guess this. They come from all over the country. As a traveling is called, that was Mia Ross, who just picked up that last foot. Mentioned already a ton of transfers on this team, and beyond that, they have one Alaska native on this team, which is the same amount that they have international students on this team. They have a redshirt, and Ashlyn Reen, who's from New Zealand. As Madeline Brown gets this one, then loops it up, can't get it to go, as the ball is knocked around and eventually grabbed by Janiyah Alexander. Worked around the perimeter, sets her feet and fires it way too long by Kaya Pearson. Saints lock 3-3 with the Seawolves right now. That ball's going to go back to the other side of the court for an over and back. 3-3 still, 7:19 to go. It will be Jasa Gamble to inbound. JUCO product out of Laney College, which is in San Bruno, California. Well, Laney College is in Oakland, California. She's from San Bruno, California. Laney College, you might know, it was featured on Last Chance U, the final football season they did there in Oakland. Saints in a 2-3. Now kick out for three. And missed it long. I'm thinking right now that Natalie Marlowe does not have a lot of confidence in the three-point shooting of the Seawolves, and that's why she's very comfortable going in a 2-3 against them. Sarah Lamette goes back to basket, gets the ball, and then puts it over Tori Hollingshead for the lay-in. 5-3, Saints ahead. Ball in the corner now. Now worked around. This is Rabuin now all the way back around to the near corner. Stepping through and traveling once again are the Seawolves. Kaya Pearson shuffled her feet. Lycutius will check in. The Saints are shorthanded tonight. They have one of their best players, Shalise Smith. She is out. As well as Lauren Morris, another one of their great players, who's also out. Gets it inside to Sarah Lamette, and she puts it off glass and in. 7-3, touchdown to a field goal. Saints ahead. Ball pushed up the floor to the corner. Ryan McCarthy nearly blowing a gasket down under, trying to shout out a play. It ends up with a long three-pointer that misses. The rebound will go out of bounds and go to the Saints. We got some fun things going on in the GNAC tonight. It's going to be a great night as Western Washington and MSU Billings, a premier matchup between number 1 and number 2 in the conference. They'll take on each other in Billings, Montana at 7 p.m. Rios breaks free, gets it to Curious to Brown, then out to Lamette. Saints had some openings, but nobody opted to take a shot. Now the ball down to Lamette is taken away by Hollingshead. Now Lycurius will get out of the scrum with it. The floater by Angel Galbraith is down the hatch. And then stepping over the line is Vishay Robb. Wow. A couple of uncharacteristic mistakes there as soon as Hollingshead loses the ball, she is pulled out. Rab, however, stays in there. Inbound will come in to Madeline Brown. Now back to Galbraith. They are continuing to look at Sarah Lamette. The layup is missed by Galbraith. The rebound will stay with the Saints as it's deflected out of bounds. Other matchup going on tonight is Simon Fraser and Seattle Pacific University. That game is happening in the Emerald City. Trying to bully her way inside there is Kiana Rios, but she is called for a travel. 9-3 scoreline, 5:07 to go. There was supposed to be another matchup in the GNAC tonight. However, Western Oregon at Alaska Fairbanks was canceled due to a Western Oregon forfeit. If you do not know, Western Oregon University has forfeited the remainder of their schedule, starting with 2 games last week, continuing to their final 4 games of the season this week and next. As this floater is made by Elena Mack. The circumstances surrounding that are unclear, as nobody has submitted an official statement from anybody, as a foul is called on the ground on Elena Mack on the box out, I believe. You can go to Western Oregon's website and see their official press release. It's pretty short. You can also see the GNAC official statement on it. I will say no more about it because I have no more info. Ball inbounded to Lycutius. Kiana Rios drives. Eternity Reed in the game for the first time. Now Galbraith. Galbraith to Rios. Rios gets it down to Curious. A power dribble, then a wraparound to Eternity Reed. She's triple teamed, and it is a shot clock violation in the end. 9-5 scoreline, 4:08 to go in the first quarter. I don't think we got a media timeout. I'm assuming, I guess, that the review there that took so long was used as a media timeout. I guess so. 9-5 scoreline. Saints have such good defense in the first quarter, and it continues today as they are shutting down these Seawolves to the span of just 5 right now with 4 minutes to go. Ball is got to Madeline Brown. She goes off glass, and it just doesn't go for her. Rebound goes to Kate Robertson. Three-pointer on the way. Oy. That one did not come out of the hands correctly of Senya Rabuin. Way off the mark from straightaway center field. Center field. You know. Ball attempted to get into Curious, but it's taken away by Evans. Evans now goes all the way and misses the layup. Ball is knocked out of bounds. It stays with the Seawolves. Hockey substitution coming on for Alaska Anchorage as all 5 will come off the floor. Ball is inbounded to Hollingshead. She loses it at her feet. Still struggling to hold on to the ball, and eventually it gets out to her teammate. Now rotated around. This is Alexander. She goes to her teammate, then back up, then a step through, and a foul is called. Late whistle on the Saints, number 15, Sarah Lamette.
Sarah Lamette, that is her first closeout team score. At the line will be number 11, Jadiah Alexander, for 2 shots.
Jadiah Alexander will take 2 shots at the free throw line. I believe our first free throws of the day. Yes, they are. She misses them, or the first one at least. Alexander has attempted 45 free throws this year. She is 85%. That was just her 9th miss of the year. She'll make the second. 9-6, Saints lead. They'll see a full court press. Angel Galbraith with it. Angel Galbraith will just take it herself. That is not a good enough press for somebody as good as her as she just walked by it. The problem was she had an errant pass to Sarah Lamette right at the end of her time with the basketball. So she will be dinged for a turnover there. She just tried to force that play a little too much. Now Mia Ross with it. Alexander. Ball is a funky pass out of Mia Ross's hands. Now back to Alexander. Cross-court baseball pass. And a traveling is called once again. Another turnover for Alaska Anchorage. He seems to have forgotten how to dribble in this contest. That is turnover number 7 for Anchorage as the kick out comes to Keely Jade Smith after once again Angel Galbraith runs by the press. A lot of hand fighting and another travel on the Saints. They're letting them play a fair amount here with some of the hand checking, and if that continues to be the case, it'll probably benefit the Saints more. They are a physical squad, and they have seen the wrong side of some roughly refereed games against them. As Ross will kick it out to Alexander. Now back to Ross. Back to Alexander. Back to Ross. 2 players continue to touch the ball, and finally they get a teammate into it. Hollingshead and Lamette are just battling inside. Missed three-pointer. Rebound, Eternity Reed. Saints, another strong defensive possession. Keely Jade Smith with it. She gets swarmed. And a jump ball will give possession to the Seawolves. Ryan Clear will check back into the contest. Immediately as Keely Jade Smith comes on, she kind of tapped her mouth there thinking that she got some contact in the face. But as we've seen, this is going to be a game, at least right now, that the fans will like. If you like a lack of referee engagement, at least in foul calls. Ryan Clear on the floor. Great to see her continue to be out there, especially with the injuries the Saints have picked up in the last couple weeks. They're looking inside for Hollingshead, who Hollingshead is just giving the business to Sarah Lamette, and Angel Galbraith takes it away. Now Clear with it to Kiana Rios. Cross-court pass to Galbraith. Galbraith picks up a foul. I believe Rab was called for that one. Top scorer on this team is Senya Rabuin, followed by Tori Hollingshead, Jasper Evans, and Rab is fourth, which coming into the season wouldn't be what you projected. Rab was one of the more highly touted players coming in this season, the Springfield, Minnesota native transfer from Augustana. As we're going to see another foul called. Oh, they called a double foul there. As they dinged both Hollingshead and Sarah Lamette for the foul. Offsetting foul under the basket. It will stay with the Saints. They said they were just going a little bit too physical, as this ball was intended for clear but taken away by Jasper Evans. Still a 3-point Saints lead. As Rabuin has it. Gets it to the corner. Quick release, and Drano from Elena Mack. The lone Alaskan on this Alaska Anchorage squad. Now with 21 seconds to go on the game clock, 20 seconds to go on the shot, there's just barely a difference between the two. Rios with it. Lamette, quick fire, and she misses it. Rebound goes to Hollingshead. 7 on the game clock in this first quarter. Pass out. They need to get a shot up. A wraparound is missed at the buzzer. We go into the second quarter 9-9. Mack with 5. Galbraith with 5. Lamette with 4. And Rab with 3. It is a low-scoring first quarter, but it shows a team right now in the Saints that are not going to let this game get away easy, and a very good, talented squad that they are facing off against. We will be right back on the Saints Digital Network. Welcome back. Second quarter, 9-9 between the St. Martin Saints and the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. Men's game coming up on the other side of this one. Saints had a lead that was up to 9-3. 6-point advantage that evaporated. They have not scored a bucket since the 5:19 mark of the first quarter. As the ball is grabbed by Clear, now to Galbraith. This is Rios with it. Rios gets it to Clear. Clear down under, takes some contact and puts it off glass. She is a natural scorer, Ryan Clear. And on the other side, Hollingshead is able to take advantage of a quick bucket. Score right back, 11-11. Foul called on Rabuin. Rabuin's from Phoenix, Arizona. I'm sure she gets a very different temperature than her home, as up in Anchorage it can get chilly. Played her college ball at Central Arizona College, did Rabuin. Now it's Galbraith. Clear. Oof. They gave her some space there. one of the best shooters on this team. She just hasn't played a lot this year. Trying to go off glass. Oh, that one looked like it should have been Saints ball. But it goes to the Seawolves, 11-11, a chance to take the lead once again for Alaska Anchorage. They're continuing to look down under as Curious battles with Hollingshead. Good job by Lai Curious down under there to keep battling. Now she has a chance as Hollingshead turns and fires an errant shot. It'll be out of bounds. As Gamble grabbed the rebound but stepped on the line. Once again, kind of a soft press coming in here. And fairly simple to deal with. Now Madeline Brown with it, nearly dribbles the ball out of her grasp. Now it's Galbraith. Galbraith goes to Clear. Clear lost the ball, but a foul is called. Foul will go against Jasper Evans. Evans is from Shorewood, Illinois. Continue to say these lengthy travels that these Seawolves players have to go to. Ball down under to Clear. She gets it out to Curious, who nearly loses it. Now back to Clear. Rotated around to Rios, then Galbraith. Out to Clear, who takes some contact and goes down. Another foul called. You might have heard me already kind of talk about Ryan Clear, at least the last two home games they had 2 weeks ago. Clear has been out the entirety of her final season of collegiate basketball this year due to just ongoing back problems that she's been having. Finally cleared to play over the last 2 weeks. She misses the first free throw. For her, she was an all-conference player 2 years ago, preseason all-conference pick last year, and then that's when the kind of injury trouble started to plague her. She has just been just a warrior, kind of battling through it all, and at the end of the day, you know, you kind of have to pick your career after basketball and make sure that, you know, you're not going to do any long-term damage if you're playing. And she's done that in a way, as Alexander hits the reverse layup, she's done that in a way that has made sure that she's cleared to play and not going to put anything like that at risk, but at the same time, she's able to lace up for a final couple of home games here at Marcus Pavilion. She'll have her senior night on Saturday. Rios, a long three, up in the air, bouncing around, and Alexander will grab the rebound. 1 point lead for Anchorage. Hollingshead again battling with Curious under the basket. Curious, another senior that will be honored on Saturday. They'll look for Hollingshead again. Nope, they'll pull it away. And a timeout is called by Alaska Anchorage. With 8 on the shot clock, Ryan McCarthy decides he's seen enough and will give himself a chance to lay into his players. We'll take a quick break on the Saints Digital Network. Welcome back. Scott Gladstone with you. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter, a.k.a. the first half of this GNAC women's basketball game between St. Martin's and Alaska Anchorage. All inbounded. 8 on the shot clock. Nice play drawn up and a foul called when Hollingshead goes up for the basket. Take a look at the standings right now. It's Montana State Billings, Western Washington, who's booked their ticket to the GNAC tournament. Alaska Anchorage is very close to nabbing their ticket to the GNAC tournament in Ellensburg. Central Washington, Simon Fraser, and Seattle Pacific make up the rest of the 6 that are currently in the field. St. Martin's barely holds on to a chance as they are 4 games out with 4 games to go. They need SPU to lose every contest the rest of the way for them to win, and then other tiebreakers to go their way. Ball goes cross court, Rios with it. Galbraith gets it to Eternity Reed, who goes off glass, just can't get it to go, and the rebound will be grabbed by Gamble. 2-point lead as Hollingshead made 1 of 2 from her free throw trip. Ball is lost and then grabbed by Seawolves. Ball is thrown out of bounds by Seawolves. Keely Jade Smith will check back in. Reed, Galbraith, Rios, and Clear. The other Saints on the floor. Once again, it'll be kind of a 1-1-2-1 zone press. Get it ahead to Keely Jade Smith. Jade Smith will get it to Galbraith. And now Smith back with it. Clear to Rios. Reverse layup put in by Kiana Rios. That's a tough shot. I thought she was going to kick it out there, but instead decided to go for the basket and cashed it in. Eternity Reed now assigned Hollingshead. She turns to glass and misses the bucket, and then it's thrown out to Natalie Marlowe, who is not eligible to play, so it's out of bounds. Alaska Fairbanks picked up their win tonight. Free win at the hands of the Western Oregon Wolves. They will be playing here against the Saints on Saturday for senior night. 6 very good seniors will be recognized as that ball is grabbed by Hollingshead on the Smith miss. Keely Jade Smith will be one of the seniors honored. So will Angel Galbraith, a transfer in, both of those two. Ball deflected around. Hollingshead misses a bunny, but a foul is called to bail her out there. Other seniors that will be honored will be Laia Cuddius, like I mentioned, as well as Ryan Clear, Leah Sopak, and Lauren Morris. Six seniors, all of them, have contributed heavily to this program, even the 2 that have transferred in Smith and Galbraith. Man, what big factors they've been over the past 2 years. First free throw is made by Hollingshead. Hollingshead is a 62% free throw shooter. The big out of Orem, Utah. Transfer from Umpqua Community College, which is in Oregon, not Orem. She went from Orem to Oregon to Anchorage. Back in front by 2 are the Seawolves. As we continue to play it close here into the second half of the second quarter. Smith with the ball. Still a zone defense look from the Seawolves. Sort of it looks like a 1-3-1 look. 3-pointer on the way from Rios. Missed. Nearly tapped out by Clear, but there to grab it is Jasper Evans. Back to Evans, and then to the corner where it's Mack who rattles home a three. It's 19-14. Galbraith loses it, and it's called out off of her, a turnover by the Saints. Saints have 11 turnovers, 9 from Anchorage. Jalen Rios will check in. Saints will once again be in a 2-3 look. Kick out. Mack nearly tried another three. She's hit 2 already today. Now to the corner. This is Nessa Walsh into the game. Evans. Looking for options. Shot clock's running down. They need to do something with it. I don't know if they know. They do not. Nowhere close. As the refs took a second to make that official that it was a shot clock violation. I don't know how anybody didn't just blow that. I'm glad nobody got hurt in the span fighting for that rebound, because that's why you blow it when it's going to be a clear shot clock violation. There's no point in letting them play out a rebound when it really should be Saints ball. A lot of contact, no call. And there is a call. Nessa Walsh gets dinged with the foul. Oakton Community College transfer. Oakton College is in Illinois. Nessa Walsh originally from Berwyn, Illinois. Ball inbounded to Jalen Rios, then Reed poked away. Saints ball to inbound with 17 on the shot clock. Galbraith with it. Galbraith takes some contact. Ball is inbounded to Rios, and Rios tried to loop a pass to a cutting Brown. They were not on the same page. It's out of bounds for a Seawolf throw-in. Bunny is made by Kate Robertson. 21-14 scoreline, as the Saints have been scoreless over the last 3 minutes. 2.5 to go in the quarter. Reed with it. Reed to Rios. Jalen Rios goes off back iron. Rebound, Kiana Rios. She goes to Reed. Now to Galbraith. Hucked up by Galbraith, but a foul is called on Anchorage. 7-0 run right now after his 14-14 a minute ago. Lycutius checking in for Eternity Reed. Galbraith's first free throw is true. 21-15 the score. Second one goes in and out. The Seawolves fighting over their own rebound. Nearly lost it out of bounds. That would have been a huge gaffe to make. And a double dribble is then called on Senya Rabuin. Another error from the Seawolves, who are keeping the Saints in it right now, despite seeming like they could sprint ahead at any moment. 6-point game, still a 7-1 run that the Seawolves are on. Rabuin now guarding Rios closely. It gets the ball to Galbraith, and they'll run a play. Rios with it. Rios out to Galbraith. She'll try a three. Galbraith for three. Huge shot by Angel Galbraith there. That one just looked so pure on the shooting form there. It just felt as soon as it left her hand that it was going to go in. Nessa Walsh misses that one. Rebound offensive from Mack, and then nearly a foul from Galbraith, who ran right into Robertson. Nothing called. Ball rotated around now to the corner. Looking down under for Robertson, who fumbles and stumbles with the ball. Taken away by Curious, and then she loses it, gets it back. Rabin Hollingshead will check in next moment. Rios to Rios. Now Kiana Rios loses it at her feet. Her lower body kind of was tossed around there. Under a minute to go here in the first half. To the corner. Three-pointer by Mack. Mack again from the corner. Her three-pointers have been the difference in this first half. 11 points. 9 of them from three-point land. 6-point lead, 30 seconds to go. Can the Saints find a bucket before this half ends? 10 on the shot clock. Rios with it. Rios attacks the bucket, gets it to Curious, who puts it up, and it goes in and out off glass. Offensive rebound from Curious. Rios tries to go off glass. She misses it. Another offensive rebound by Curious, and a jump ball will give the Seawolves the ball with 11 and a half to go. Rabin Hollingshead will check in. Ball goes into Rabin, 10 on the shot clock, or on the game clock. See if they can go in the locker room with even more momentum. The Seawolves look into the corner, go down under to Hollingshead. Double team is there, and the clock will expire. That'll do it for half number one. The Saints right now suffocating on defense, but the offense isn't there. They're down 6 as we take a 15-minute break into the locker room. 24-18, SMU trails Alaska Anchorage. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Gladstone here with you to bring you the second half of Alaska Anchorage and St. Martin's University. First half statistics. Elena Mack led the way with 11 points. Angel Galbraith had 9. Galbraith ranks 16th in the country in minutes played per game. She just missed a 3 to start the second half there. She is an absolute warrior all over the court, nonstop. Ball moving around here to the corner, wide open 3 and down the hatch from Vishay Rab. Galbraith goes up to Brown, who easily breaks the press by getting it cross court to Rios. 9-point lead for the Seawolves. Lamette to Rios, working it around to Brown. Brown gets some contact from Rab, then gets it to Keely Jade Smith, and it's a charge on Smith. It is alumni night out here at Marcus Pavilion. Excited to welcome back a bunch of alumni. The Homecoming Sunday is a custom gelato flavor from Sophie Scoops that's in the concession stands this weekend. Also some Adidas apparel in the northeast corner of Marcus Pavilion. Taken away by Galbraith. She's got a 2-on-1 fast break. She's going to take it herself and lay it up and in. A flopping warning will be issued to Senya Rabuin. She was trying to take the charge there, but Galbraith smartly stepped around her. Cross-court pass to Mack. Mack fires for 3. She misses it. Bopped up in the air and grabbed by Mack. A foul called on Smith. Line change coming for the Seawolves. Today is also National D2 Day, an annual recognition of the 300-plus schools competing at the NCAA Division II level, like the Saints and the Seawolves here. The Student Athlete Advisory Committee, group dedicated to advancing all facets of the student-athlete experience, were honored earlier today. The NCAA's motto is D2, make it yours. Galbraith, another takeaway. This time she looks for Brown. Brown stops and gets it in. It's exactly how you plan that setup if you're a point guard. She knew that the last fast break 2-on-1 she had with Brown, that she took it herself, so they're going to just ever so slightly lean towards that as Hollingshead goes back to basket and puts it in. And then the second time by Galbraith, she found Brown, who put in an easy left-handed layup. 7-point lead for the Seawolves. Under the basket, Keely Jade Smith, wide open layup. Kick out. Tried to stop and cross over. Then again kicked out. Now looking around the court. Gets it to Alexander. Throws to the corner for 3. Mia Ross misses it. Rebound Keely Jade Smith. Under the basket. Sarah Lamette pops it in. 1 possession game. Ball being rotated around, Alexander, then in the corner. Now the look down to Hollingshead. And she jump ball. It's a jump ball that will stay with the Saints. or stay with the Seawolves, excuse me. And another massive line change. Anybody who sees the Alaska Anchorage women's basketball team will concretely say, I don't think it's much of a debate that head coach Ryan McCarthy is the most inflammatory of all the coaches you'll see in this conference. Bank shot is good. Jasper Evans for three. Rios. Now Lamette. Throws it out of bounds. Seawolves will bring it up. As Rabuin gets it over Sarah Lamette. Kind of an awkward shot off her hands, but wow, was able to get that one to go. Brown running into trouble, and a foul will be called on Rab. Over that halftime break, we got essentially a vernissage of the spring intramural basketball season as a couple players did a couple drills to show the skills that they had. Listen, you're talking to a three-time intramural champion, or you're not talking to, you're listening. You're being forced to listen to a three-time intramural champ, never at basketball. There's a three-time IM champ on the soccer field. Jump ball will stay with the Saints. $18 on the shot clock, 5:09 to go. Missed a layup, but the putback was also missed, and a tumble that stays with the Saints. Rios had a wide open layup, but just couldn't get it to go, couldn't put the finishing touches on it. Ball inbounded to Rios, now out to Galbraith. Galbraith, Ryan clear with it, Brown. Brown goes to clear, working it around to Rios. 8 on the shot clock, takes a three, down the hatch from Kiana Rios. Walsh to Evans. Now Mack looking down low. Blocked by Lamette. Up ahead to Angel Galbraith. Galbraith weaving, getting it to Clear. Clear tries to put it up and in, but can't get it to go. We'll take a media timeout. During this media timeout, we're going to see a representation out here of the Office of International Programs and Development. 56 international students, 21 different countries represented here at St. Martin's. And all of our international student athletes are out here representing, including Elia Curious on this St. Martin's women's basketball team. Pretty cool out there. As we will take a quick break on the Saints Digital Network. There it is, the international student athletes. We'll be right back here on the Saints Digital Network. Welcome back. Ryan Clear will be shooting 2 free throws here. First free throw is good from Clear. Basketball representatives on this GNAC squad for the Saints is a missed free throw, rebounded by, I believe, Rabuin. 34-30. On the Saints basketball teams, the international representatives mentioned Lai Curias. She's from Spain. On the men's basketball team, they have both Thomas Ega from France, as well as Diego Trejo Delgado, who is from Mexico. Also saw soccer represented out there. Of course, some other international representatives on the soccer pitch. 2 Canadian men's basketball players, 2 women's soccer players, 1 from Japan, 1 from Brazil. I believe that was all that was out there. Taken away once again by the Saints. No, ball's on the ground. It'll be another jump ball. This one will stay with Anchorage. I thought the last one went to Anchorage. I think that's what they're discussing right now. Oh, they were just double checking the shot clock. Make sure that that stayed at 4. Didn't get the reset. So they got to get a shot off quick. They throw it up to Hollingshead. She will put it up and get the and 1. Tori Hollingshead. Now Hollingshead will shoot. 1 shot at the line. But the referees are being called together here. Let's see what this is about. Big play here. If a reason for this not to happen, or for that layup not to be called good, is found. I don't know what they could be talking about right now, though. We know that that shot clock was at 4. Maybe it's about the jump ball, like what I thought they were discussing. Again, I don't remember the last jump ball for sure. I know that there was that block that Sarah Lamette had. I think they're trying to pull up to see if there was a jump ball. No, never mind. Okay, they're going to pull up the last basket for the Saints after this free throw. Don't know why, but they're going to do it. Missed free throw. And another jump ball. If this is about a jump ball, then who knows who the heck's ball it is. I don't know what they're going to. Now it's the Saints ball. So poked away. And because it's poked away, that means the arrow shouldn't flip. I don't think. I think you lose your jump ball if you poke it out right after it. I'm pretty sure. Kiana Rios picked up her dribble unwisely there, but is still able to get it across. Now Clear with it. Clear with it. Attacks to the bucket. Gets it to Curious. Curious can't go off glass with it. Gets the offensive rebound, and we get another jump. This jump ball will go to Anchorage, so I guess what I just said is not the case. Take it back. I know that they wait to flip the possession arrow until the inbounds is made. Ball being rotated around. Looking again for Hollingshead. It's deflected on the inbounds. We nearly had another jump ball. And it goes off back iron. Missed. And the ball is low to Mack, but she grabs it. Rabuin with it. Rabuin dribbling around. 6-point lead for the Seawolves. Still looking for Hollingshead. Hollingshead goes up with it and gets it to go. Hollingshead is heating up on that inside. The Saints really missing having Shalise Smith right now. Ball poked out. It stays with the Saints. I guess I could just look for a jump ball here, couldn't I? In the scoring summary. Curious inside, gets it out to Angel Galbraith. Galbraith misses it, but a rebound will be a foul on Alexander. Good work by Madeline Brown to fight for that layup. .38-30 score line right now. Galbraith gets it in to Curious, who gets it to Clear. Clear gets it to go in the key. What a weapon she is when she's healthy. Man, she's somebody you love to have on your squad. So is Hollingshead, as she has an absolute picture-perfect defensive play on her, and she still gets it to go. Brown collects, gets it over the timeline. Now Brown going to the bucket, steps through, goes off glass and in. What a great play from her there. Ball floated to Rab. Rab now looking to the corner. Alexander with all day to fire, and she misses it. Rebound goes to Mack, an offensive board. They double team her in the corner. Timeout called by Ryan McCarthy. We'll take a quick break on the Saints Digital Network. 1:48 to go in the third quarter. Welcome back. There was a review during that last timeout. I don't think anything came from it. Seawolves ball under the basket after they called the timeout there to avoid losing possession. Ryan McCarthy, the head coach of Alaska Anchorage, as Rab thought about a three but didn't take it, then fires a bad pass that goes out of bounds. Ryan McCarthy played at Northwest Nazarene, played briefly in Germany before coming back coaching NNU, and then eventually taking the head coaching job at Alaska Anchorage, where he's been for the past 11 seasons. Has had some really good years, including being the national runners-up one year. Clear for three here, can't get it to go. His squad was the national runner-up in 2016. They have fallen, however, the past couple years, really struggled in the last 2 years from kind of the GNAC powerhouse that they were. COVID clearly dinged them pretty well. After they were GNAC champs in 2020, and that cut their COVID season short before the tournament even started. Curious with it. Curious floats this one up, can't get it to go. Brown over the top of a Seawolf, makes the rebound and puts up a shot, can't get it to go the other way. They would have had a very good chance in 2020 before COVID canceled the season. They had just 2 losses all year. Hollingshead wraps it around, can't get it to go, but gets the offensive rebound before hucking it up. Now there is no shot clock. Rios with a head of steam to the bucket, counts it. 40-36. Last possession of the quarter. Brown to Rab at the buzzer, missed it. Saints down 4 going into the fourth quarter against this formidable UAA foe. We'll take a quick break on the Saints Digital Network. It is a 4-point Alaska Anchorage lead. If there's one thing you can tell about Ryan McCarthy here, he is not agnostic about his team's performance. They just got another earful from him, but if you know how he coaches, you also know that that's his coaching style, is he will lay into you. Nobody is safe on his bench. And clearly with the last couple years, 10 losses last year for the first time in a long time for UAA. As this ball is deflected out of bounds, stays with the Saints. Gonna pull it up. For the first time since his first year as head coach, they had double-digit losses last year. This year they might grab the same fate as Galbraith hits Brown. Brown then floats it up, can't get it to go. Rebound Hollingshead. They lost out in the GNAC quarterfinals last year, which was a very early exit for them. They'd made the NCAA tournament the last, as I'm counting it, 8 years, with the exception of COVID, obviously, as that's a missed bunny by Hollingshead. The second chance is good. Saints cannot cue that opportunity a second time. Jalen Rios will bring it across the timeline. Stolen by Hollingshead. And back to Hollingshead, an easy layup. 8-point lead for the Saints as they've given up a few baskets thanks to this press finally working. And now they got to get it somewhere because they're going to get a 10-second violation. That is all. Yes, it is. That's exactly what happens. Natalie Marlowe is saying, hey, she was across the timeline. Saints still putting up disagreements. But it has sometimes at times felt like a sempiternal season of disagreements with the referee for Natalie Marlowe and her squad. Mia Ross with it. Working it around. Now it's Alexander. Trying to play through the middle. They eventually get it in to Kate Robertson. Three-pointer is good by Mia Ross, the Rancho Cucamonga, California native. Timeout called by SMU. We'll take a quick break on the Saints Digital Network. It's an 11-point lead for Alaska Anchorage. Welcome back here. 8:03 to go in the fourth quarter. 47-36. St. Martin's with the deficit at the hands of the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. Lamette working it to Rios. Now Keely Jade Smith. Smith will fight towards the basket and get it to go off glass. Saints needed that bucket, but they still need a lot more. Down by 9. That broke up a scoreless streak of about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Ryan McCarthy, because he speaks so loud, I'm able to hear pretty much all of what he says to his team in the huddle. His advice this time was, shooters, be ready to shoot. Deflected out of bounds by Sarah Lamette as they were trying to get that ball in, and McCarthy sends one player in and then sends the rest of his bench onto the floor. Like I've talked about, there is 2 players on this team that came to this team straight out of high school. That is incredible. And one of them is from New Zealand and is redshirting this year. Three-pointer is good. That's Elena Mack once again making the Saints pay from distance. Smith will bring it across half court. And it's eventually out of bounds off of the Saints. Clearly, head coach Ryan McCarthy knows how to work the transfer portal. Saints on the other side. I mentioned the two seniors that will be honored on Saturday in the form of Keely Jade Smith and Angel Galbraith, as well as the four other seniors. But two of them that I just mentioned were transfers. But for the most part, this is kind of quote-unquote homegrown talent on the Saints side. Just one freshman in this class this year, but that's because of the coaching change. Jalen Rios signed to play with her sister Kiana here. No other freshmen signed. The Saints already have had some signings to play under Natalie Marlowe. As this one's missed, rebound goes to Mack, and Rabuin will push it forward. Slows it up, back to Mack. Red hot hand, tries again, can't get it to go. And the ball will eventually be out off of Mack. But if you say that Ryan McCarthy has just had the success he's had because of how he hits the transfer portal, that'd just be picking away at the bravado of all the skills that he brings to the table. Clearly, he has brought something to the table. So I believe he was asking for an offensive foul there on Keely Jade Smith. Smith gets it to Galbraith. Galbraith inside, lots of contact and a late foul call. In a 12-point game. Saints will have two shots coming from Angel Galbraith. Galbraith, it was the last game of the season last year when she cracked 1,000 points in her SMU plus Purdue University Northwest career. Both free throws are good. 10-point lead for Alaska Anchorage. Hollingshead kicks out to Rab for three, and Rab gets it to go down. Everything clicking offensively for the Seawolves in this quarter. Saints get it over the timeline to Curious. Curious to Keely Jade Smith. Saints playing without two of their best players today. I've already mentioned it. Shalise Smith, transfer forward, as well as Lauren Morris, especially short-sighted in terms of the bigs. Talked with Lauren before the game. She'll be the color commentator on the men's game call, and she was just as bummed as everybody else was to know that she couldn't go today. Shalise Smith got dinged up in last Saturday's game against Western Washington. This is Galbraith, who tries to find clear in the corner, but it's deflected out. Back to Clear. Can't get it to go. Ball's deflected around, and it's out off of the Saints. It looked like it was last touch by Jasper Evans. Jasper Evans certainly didn't play it well at first. She kind of froze up like, dang, I wish I would have caught that. Clear will try again for three. The mulligan is no good. And a foul is called on the Seawolves. But as soon as Jasper Evans kind of originally had her, oh, dang, I wish I would have caught that, and she saw them point the other way, then she just kind of dropped her hands and just ran away as quickly as possible. She played it real well after that moment. Problem was, I think the ref saw it correctly, just forgot which way that the Saints were going. And as soon as she saw the Anchorage player with the ball, then she said, wait, my bad. It's SMU ball. Clear will try again down under. She's blocked by Hollingshead. Reed will get it out. Galbraith hucking around and flying around is Hollingshead, swinging around like she's a volleyball player back there. I didn't think she got anything, but apparently it is off of the Seawolves and out of bounds. 6 on the shot clock. Ball inbounded to Brown. 4 on the shot clock. They need to get something up. She will get it as it oscillates off glass and goes in. Huck down the court, finding Mack. Now this is Evans to the corner. Gamble. Back to Evans. Rabuin. Mack. Mack, good dribbling around from the lone Alaskan on this team. Goes cross court. She'll try again, and she gets it to go again. Out of King Cove, Alaska. This has been a fiesta for Mack. Again, trying was Madeline Brown, can't get it to go. Rebound, Reed gets it to Clear. Clear then looks for Brown under the basket. It's ripped away by Gamble. Again, Hollingshead under the basket, gets it to go. If you don't know where Kings Cove, Alaska is, I do not blame you. It is out on the islands, somewhere in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, essentially. Think of Hawaii and go directly north, which I guess is a good chunk of Alaska. But it looks like the first land that you hit if you go directly north from Honolulu. That's pretty much Kings Cove, or King Cove, Alaska. Population, 938. Total points for Mack tonight, 17. She's cooking. We'll be right back on the Saints Digital Network. Nope, never mind. Thought we were going to a commercial break. Looked away, got sucked into the King Cove. And next thing you know, we're actually playing. I heard a whistle that felt like a timeout whistle. Rab takes it away. She has an easy layup. Saints down by 18 as Rios will get the inbounds. Now Brown will take it down. Galbraith with it. Reed looking backdoor. Oh, man, she had her. As Rios then hits the deck. All sorts of bodies on the floor. And then trying to rip it away, Brown hits the floor as well as another one of her teammates. I believe that's Rab that's down there. That's not the player that you want to see go down as she is limping away from the situation. Not much writhing in pain from her on the ground, but just kind of absorbing the hit. But it would not be smart to play her any further, and McCarthy knows that as she gingerly walks off the floor. 2:20 to go. Foul was called on Jalen Rios there. Saints are in a press here to no avail. Galbraith takes it away. Galbraith at the bucket, hucks it up. A foul called on Anchorage after the missed shot. Saints have been scoreless in 2 minutes and 15 seconds. A 7-0 run by the Seawolves. First foul on Mia Ross there. .207 to go, 2 shots from Galbraith. Gets it to go on the first shot. 16-point lead after the two made free throws by the Saints senior. Wide open to the bucket before a fall down from Rios. I don't believe there was any sort of flopping or simulation call made there. It was just a play in which Rios fell, and the bucket was scored. Out to the corner, Kiana Rios. She gets a three to go. Saints will call timeout, and now we'll take a quick break on the Saints Digital Network. We'll be right back. It is 62-47, Saints behind. (62-47), 1:23 to go here in the fourth quarter of action. St. Martin's is trailing Alaska Anchorage. Men's basketball coming up right after this one. Number 17 team in the country, St. Martin's men's basketball team, is taking on the Seawolves of Alaska Anchorage. Saints were ranked number 1 in the country, and it was the Seawolves that downed them and removed them from that ranking. Up in Anchorage, Alaska's biggest city, that was about a month ago. Brown weaving around, going to the bucket, trying to put that one up, and it's missed, and then out of bounds as Kate Robertson can't corral it. Immediately, Ryan McCarthy puts in Tori Hollingshead. Nessa Walsh checks in as well, as Jaisa Gamble, is replaced as well. Keely Jade Smith goes strong to the basket, puts it up off glass. Once again, the Saints will be up in a full court press. Rios fell down there. Hopefully she's okay. She kind of got up a little bit wobbly. Again, a chuck up from Anchorage. Now to the corner. Wide open was Walsh, but they're just more focused on bleeding the clock out. 10 on the shot clock, 30 on the game clock right now. Next possession will be our last. Hollingshead will have an easy layup on a nice pick and roll. Very well run. 15-point lead for the Saints as they'll just look to crack 50, as a foul will be called, and it will send Angel Galbraith to the free throw line. More shots coming from Angel Galbraith. Stick around for the post-game report. We'll have head coach Natalie Marlowe on the Saints post-game report, presented by O'Blarney's. After that, check the other YouTube link, and we'll have the St. Martin's men's basketball team taking on Alaska Anchorage. Should be a good one. They battled well up in Anchorage. St. Martin's right now needs to avoid a loss, as really the chances of a GNAC three-peat hang in the balance tonight. A loss and a Billings win would give it to Billings. As Rabuin will bleed out the clock, and there is triple zeros. Final score, 64-50. The St. Martin Saints fall at the hands of Alaska Anchorage. Saints fall to 5-17 on the season. 16-8 are the Seawolves. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we got the postgame report presented by Blarney's on the Saints Digital Network. Scott Gladstone here with head coach Natalie Marlowe after the Saints' 14-point loss to Alaska Anchorage. Close game throughout. They kind of pulled away there in the third and then the fourth, of course. But you're down two of your best players, especially two players that play a very similar position on the floor. And this game, I felt like probably the most zone you guys have played defensively. I think other than kind of just running out of gas at the end, the team responded pretty well. What did you learn from the team's performance tonight, dealing with that adversity and still putting out a good show?
Yeah, really proud of our kids. Went in at halftime and said, you know what, the one thing that can't change is our energy and our effort. And they did a really good job coming out hard, ready to work, ready to compete. Obviously, we got to make more shots. We got to score more points than the other team, and we're struggling to do that. But really proud of our energy and the effort that we brought. We kept fighting until the end, the last buzzer. But yeah, it is tough, and it's a big loss having our best rebounders on the team on the bench. Two kids who can really score and make other teams and opponents change up their defense and how they want to guard us. So I'm not a big fan of a 2-3 zone, but sometimes it can give teams troubles. It helped us for the most part. We just got to learn how to communicate better, trust each other, regardless of if we're playing a 2-3 zone, something we don't usually do. Playing a man, it's a lot about trusting who's got your back and who's going to be there. So, I think we did, again, I'm really proud of our effort. We got to make more points, and we got to be able to trust each other.
You play on Saturday as well. It's a Fairbanks squad that beat you up at their place. Especially on a day that's going to have a lot of emotion. 6 seniors, like a really talented senior class that's been through a lot, even the transfers that have only been here for 2 years, and then, a player like Lauren who's been here through COVID and through all the craziness that the last couple of years have been. What do you want your team to be able to get out of that matchup with Fairbanks, besides from, of course, the obvious, which is trying to win that game?
Yeah.
But what do you expect from your team then?
Yeah, again, like the same energy and effort that we had tonight. Hopefully a few more shots go through the net, not bounce around the orange thing and hop out. But yeah, it is. There's a lot that goes into that game emotionally, and for us, we've talked about all year, we've got to stay composed and poised in certain moments, and we have to play with emotion, but we can't let the emotion overcome us and get the best of us. So me only being here for a year, I want to make sure that those seniors are able to go out on a high note. So we're going to do everything to prepare them to be ready for the task at hand. And Alaska's, they're a good team. They're going through the same roller coaster that we have with her only being there for her second year, and they're a good team. They play really, really hard. They obviously got the best of us when we were up there. I don't think we came out ready. Obviously, that's a tough trip, regardless of what you're going into. And I'm hoping that we respond not only to tonight, but how we played up there. And again, it's one of my mantras and something that we really try to bring into this program is you're not just playing for yourself. You're not just playing for your teammates, but you've got to play with them. Like you want to play for people, but if you're not playing with them, you can't play for them. So I'm really hoping that when we come to our last home game, especially for our seniors, we're playing hard, we're playing smart, and we're playing together, and hope we have a lot of fun on Saturday.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Final score of today's game, the St. Martin's women's team falls 64-50 against Alaska Anchorage. They are officially eliminated from GNAC tournament contention in Natalie Marlowe's rookie season. But make sure to tune in on the broadcast or in the stadium on Saturday at 5:15. The St. Martin's women's team will be taking on Alaska Fairbanks in their final home game. If nothing else, it will be a great opportunity to send a salute to the seniors of Keely Jade Smith, Angel Galbraith, Lauren Morris, Lia Curious, Leah Sopak, and Ryan Clear. It's a tremendous group of 6 seniors, and you want to be out to see their final game at Marcus Pavilion. Today we got another game going on at Marcus Pavilion. Be sure to tune in on the other link against Alaska Anchorage. Should be another battle between the Seawolves and the Saints. We'll send it to that now, but for all of us here at the Saints, we appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for your support. We'll see you very shortly for the Saints men versus the Seawolves men.